You've got 1 hour before bed. Can Rematch deliver satisfying gameplay in that time, or leave you wanting more? Rematch is a fast-paced, third-person arcade football game developed by Slowclap, where teams compete to outscore each other within a time limit. At first glance, it looks like a human version of Rocket League. Of course, the irony is that Rocket League was appealing for turning human football into a car game. Rematch brings it back closer to reality, though without all the real-life football technicalities and more instant and high-skill action. So what can you expect to be doing during your time in Rematch, and how long will you spend doing it? Rematch is multiplayer only, no career or story mode, just you and your team on the field. You kick off with a basic tutorial to learn the fundamentals, and then you're in. This could be a huge plus if your game time comes in short bursts and you're eager to jump into competitive play immediately. Rematch also offers character customization, which is surprisingly fleshed out for this kind of game. I expect it will be expanded on in the future, with more skins and cosmetics to further single out your character. While Rematch has only one core mode, team-based arcade football, it's polished, well-paced, and deep enough to keep you coming back. Multiplayer matches can be played in 3v3, 4v4, and 5v5 casually, with ranked available exclusively for 5v5. A 30-minute session Rematch would be 1 to 3 solid matches, each lasting around 6 to 7 minutes. You might need a few warm-up games beforehand, but that's a low time cost to get invested. In between matches, you have a nicely integrated free mode where you can shamelessly practice advanced moves. The free mode could be more robust and let you practice with your friends, but for now it conveniently fills the short time queues you'd otherwise have to sit around and wait for. Overall, it's quick and easy to jump in and get a few games going with your friends or random players. The real value in Rematch is the sense of gradual improvement after each match. Tackling at the right time, dribbling between the opposition, blocking opponent attempts to score, and then taking your shot for a goal feels very satisfying. With one mode on offer, you can expect to get the most out of Rematch when your time is spent mastering these skills in competitive play. If you're busy through work or other hobbies, you can easily drop in and get a good session through casual play. Players who have more time to spare can deep dive into it and become arcade football masters. Rematch is perfect if you want fast matches, real skill growth, and no fluff in between games. So what's the personality type for Rematch? Does this game fit in with the kind of gamer you are? If you hate waiting around in menus or mindlessly grinding just to get to the action, this might be your game. Rematch respects your time by throwing you into the action quick. When the matches are as fast and snappy as they are, it's an enticing pick for people who don't want to be burdened by laborious grinds or immersive campaigns. If you're the type who wants to pop on and have some low-stakes fun for an hour or so, then Rematch is for you. On the other hand, if you're the type of person who loves to get a bit competitive, you could catch yourself deeply invested in hours of game time. Whether you're winning and riding the high, or losing and chasing redemption, Rematch can definitely keep you in that just one more match loop. Being a social type of gamer will be an advantage here. Synergizing and setting up with your friends over Discord is definitely the best way to play. Real-time communication allows your team to properly coordinate within the competitive nature of this multiplayer offering. But of course, that means actually finding time to line up with all of your pals. If that's not possible, you have to pop in with randoms. This can be a bit hit or miss, as players you don't know may not engage in team play the way you expected, or at all, potentially resulting in passive-aggressive emotes when you stuff up. At the end of the day, if you're chill and good-humoured about multiplayer games, then there's really nothing to worry about. If you're a competitive personality, then you might actually be energized by improving on your past mistakes. I ultimately think you know how to set your mentality when playing Rematch, especially if you've experienced competitive multiplayer before. So what's the emotional response when playing Rematch? Does it evoke positive and wholesome, or serious and intense emotions? In my view, Rematch delivers both relaxed and intense emotions, depending on how your match is going. It's highly addictive when you're doing very well in the game, and awfully frustrating when you feel like you're repeatedly letting the team down. It's wild how you can go from clumsy and hopeless to suddenly setting up and earning a goal. That sense of earning your win feels very rewarding, and definitely gets the adrenaline going. It all comes down to how you like to feel when spending your precious time in a video game, especially if you're more inclined to a good vibes experience over an intense one. How you like to end your gaming session is also a consideration, especially relevant for digital detoxing before bed. Tapping out of competitive play and practicing some techniques for 5 minutes might be the best way to wind down. It's an effective way to tune out just as things get too frustrating. Is Rematch worth your hard-earned money, and is it available on your system? Rematch is available across 3 different pricing tiers on Steam and is also available on Game Pass. There are Xbox and PlayStation options as well. The base game purchase on Steam is 47 New Zealand dollars or 28 United States dollars. I think this price is fair for the quality of the experience, but that single mode on offer may not justify a full purchase to you personally. If that price feels steep for a single game mode, Game Pass is your safest bet, especially if you want to test the waters before committing to a full purchase. As of writing, crossplay is not included in Rematch, but Slowclap have stated it is a high priority for a future update. I'd recommend looking at the status of crossplay if you intend to play with your friends across multiple platforms. If you're watching this video long after launch, check if quality of life and seasonal content updates have made their way in the game and assess the cost to game ratio then. I'd say Rematch is worth it if you're intrigued by the quick in and out and high skill arcade football aspects, but maybe skip if you're looking for a single player mode or more online variety. So if you're looking for quick thrills, satisfying skill expression, and a game that respects your time, Rematch might just earn its spot in your rotation. It's certainly feasible to sneak a few games in sometime after work and before bed. An hour-long session can feel productive and engaging, and definitely scratch that competitive itch. That's all for today though. If you're someone who struggles to juggle work, life, and gaming, let me know if this video helped you out. Does Rematch look like the kind of game you would enjoy in your spare time? Catch you all for the next video. Until then, see you around.